Good morning and welcome to another week's broadcast of It's All Good. Thank you for joining me. I'm, of course, your host, Morgan Babineau. There were several interesting events going on over the weekend, and we'll start over at Rosewood Nursing Home, where residents got a unique opportunity for National Nursing Home Week.
1, 2, 3.
Barbecue, snow cones, music, and a petting zoo. Residents at Rosewood closed out National Nursing Home Week, making plenty of sweet memories.
With the residents, it was exciting. The main goal for us, the staff at Rosewood, is to put a smile on their face. So once they smiling, we're smiling. So today, brighten their day, so it's brighten ours as well.
Feeling active, not cooped up, feeling like we can get out and be active in society and being, active in the world and not cooped up in a building and stuff. And that's what makes me feel alive.
The petting zoo was made possible by Almost a Ranch, a 39-acre farm and petting zoo established in 2014 here in Calcasieu Parish. If you have a nursing home recommendation as to where the petting zoo should go next, just contact Almost a Ranch by calling 337-383-3685. Each year, the National Park Trust celebrates National Kids to Parks Day to inspire outdoor play, connecting kids and families with their local recreation facilities. City of Lake Charles partner Parks and Recreation celebrated a carnival-themed extravaganza and invited the community to join in on the fun with carnival games, balloon animals, Chuck the Train rides, and more. There's nothing like having some fun in the sun. The City of Lake Charles will also be hosting a bird exhibition May 31st at Tooten Park on Nelson Road. This event is free and open to the public. Also this weekend, locals got the chance to step into spring with the Arts and Humanities Council of Southwest Louisiana's Spring Art Walk over at McNeese. Guests were able to explore McNeese's campus and several interactive art zones. The Art Walk featured handcrafted goods and original works from local artists, as well as performances by local musicians, dancers, and more.
We are creating opportunities for artists to get out there, get their faces out there, get their names out there, and make some money. And so these things that these artists are bringing out today are absolutely incredible. They make for the best gifts, in my opinion. But what I love about coming out to Art Walk is being able to support these local creatives.
Deep South Productions was the presenting sponsor for this year's event. Now on to a remarkable story in Cameron Parish that has recently gained national attention. Just one student is getting a diploma at South Cameron High School. Brendan Brown spoke with her about this big achievement.
Diana Lopez is a junior at South Cameron High School, but she will be graduating Tuesday thanks to dual enrollment. It will be a memorable and rare graduation as she will walk alone in the school's 2025 class.
It's like a 1 in a million chance, and it just really means that I was able to push myself and do everything that I wanted to do and even more. And it just means that I know I'm going to be able to accomplish a lot harder things in the future.
Her day often consisted of being in her senior classes alone, but she excelled. Lopez has a GPA above 4.0, which means she will graduate summa cum laude.
And it was pretty nice, but kind of bittersweet being in a class all by myself.
After Hurricane Laura, a lot of students left South Cameron High School.
The entire class relocated, so that's when it became a class of none. And so when Deanna decided she wanted to graduate early, it was exciting.
Lopez says she has over $50,000 in scholarship money and will be attending Northwestern State University in the fall as a first-generation college student pursuing her nursing degree.
That was a lot of my drive for wanting to graduate early, coming from not a very financially stable background. I really wanted to be able to go to college.
She says it will be difficult getting used to being in a classroom with others in college, but she is ready for the new beginning. Principal Lindsay Fontenot says with about 14 juniors enrolled in the school, she expects next year's graduation class to be bigger. In Cameron, Brendan Brown, 7 News.
Even with only one graduate, South Cameron still hosted a graduation ceremony. Diana Lopez received her diploma last week. The Calcasieu Parish Sheriff's Office's leg of the Special Olympics Torch Run got underway last week. The Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics is an international series of torch relays, which law enforcement officers participate in annually. Each run happens before a specific state or nation's Special Olympics Summer Games. The Special Olympics Louisiana Summer Games will be held May 23rd through 25th at Southeastern Louisiana University over in Hammond.
This is a partnership between law enforcement and Special Olympics. Every year we have a run to support Special Olympics where the officers from all the different agencies come together and they pay money to run in this race, and we donate that money to Special Olympics. So it's a great partnership between all the local law enforcement and Special Olympics.
Officers from different areas of the state started carrying the torch at the end of April. The statewide event will continue through the month of May until the final leg on May 23rd. Teachers can be one of the biggest influences in our lives. Many of us have a select few of our own that we'll never forget. One Southwest Louisiana teacher has been impacting lives for 50 years. Our cameras caught the moment she was recognized for her decades of service.
We're here to celebrate.
Here to surprise you.
We're here because I heard that it was your 50th year teaching. And we just wanted to surprise you, so I brought some friends.
If you were a student here in the Lake area, you may have heard of Miss Denise Jones.
And she said, Miss Jones, I still remember, I taught her maybe 40 years ago. And she says, it was just so many life lessons. And I said, yeah, that's what it was.
Sacred Heart, E.K. Key, Barb Elementary, Lake Charles Charter Academy, and more. Miss Jones has left her mark in Southwest Louisiana. She currently works as an English teacher and focuses on creative writing, but believes teaching goes far beyond academics.
Because I feel that our students come to us and we have to take them the way they are, but at the same time we have to help them to become the citizens we want them to be. We have to kind of hold them to a point where they're always reaching to do better. That's what I like best, because when they realize how much they can do, nothing is more beautiful than that.
Jones began her adult life thinking she would become a lawyer, but now she is forever grateful she landed in teaching. She, along with several of her colleagues, agree teaching is her true calling in life.
It's just, I enjoy working with them. I enjoy teaching. It's the gift that I have, and I just want to share it. And something about it says, to those who are given much, much is expected. So that's what I try to do.
Teaching may seem overwhelming for young educators or those aspiring to teach, but Miss Jones left me with this message.
Take a chance and just give of yourself, use your talents, inspire, get the kids to want to learn, to want to improve, and to want to be the best that they can be.
And as for what's next?
A couple of years more, maybe, but I enjoy it. I think if I were to sit at home, I would just shrivel up. I just don't know what I would do if I weren't being able to do this.
Jones says she couldn't have done it without the continuing support from all of her colleagues and administrators over the years.
And in Beauregard Parish, local artist Tony McDonald is putting an artistic twist to documenting natural disasters. The Leesville native dedicated several pieces of the tragic Tiger Island wildfire in 2023. This fall, his drawings will be a part of an exhibit about the fire at the Beauregard Museum. His pictures will be on display with photography of the historic fire, as well as information on how firefighters fought it. And the Carlisle Fire Department welcomed 2 new units to their fleet. The department celebrated last week with the time-honored tradition of a push-in ceremony. Chief Mark Ware says they bought the 107-foot ladder truck and brush fire truck to directly address the community's needs. Ware says the ladder unit should boost the local fire rating and help businesses with their insurance. And sticking with the theme of fire, the city of Sulphur has begun construction on a new fire station in North Sulphur. This project has been in discussion with Sulphur city officials since 2017 after the central fire station was torn down. But now the city of Sulphur is beginning with the process of Station 1. The new fire station will have offices for fire personnel, a living room area, upgraded kitchen, bathroom, locker room, a few showers, and a storage area.
But it means a lot to me because we'll have somebody on this side of town. You know, the citizens won't have to worry, even though we track our times and stuff, and we make our times over here. they don't have to worry about it, but it'd be nice to have somebody back over here on this side of town. So.
Station 1 will be located at 610 Live Oak Street in Sulphur. And SWLA has received a final approval to build a $5.5 million flight school. The 16,000 square foot school will provide aspiring pilots with the necessary comprehensive training programs. I spent the day at SWLA learning more about the new program.
SWLA is giving their mascot, the Flying Tigers, a new meaning, hoping to put some of their students in the air. A $3.5 million grant from the U.S. Department of Economic Development Administration and $2 million from the City of Lake Charles will get this project off the ground.
We're at SWLA and our mascot's the Flying Tigers, and we've been having aviation for over 50 years or whatever. So, I mean, it's definitely something that fit into what we were already doing, or very closely to what we were doing. And it's kind of surprising we never had it before. So.
The school will include a new 12,000 square foot hangar that will house planes and maintenance equipment for students, as well as a 4,000 square foot classroom equipped with a flight simulator. Lafargue says some folks fly for leisure, others professionally, and this school will be able to help both sides of the table. He explains the project will come in 2 phases. The first one aims to get the school off the ground, so to speak, meaning SWLA will first focus more on leisure pilots. But once construction is at 100% completion, they hope to offer an aviation degree plan that will qualify for financial aid.
If you had a student locally that did not want to travel out of state to go to to get their bachelor's degree in aeronautics or something of that nature, they could technically do it with us locally. We would provide the physical hands-on training in the planes, but they would actually get their online education through that institution. So that's the goal of what we're trying to do here.
7 News caught up with one student who is interested in possibly completing the program.
Oh, it's always been an interest to me ever since growing up. With the opportunity of getting a flight school, it can potentially increase my bond with the aircraft as like a car mechanic. You know how some people can feel and hear different than what a non-mechanic can hear and feel. Say I have my A&P license and a pilot's license. I can feel and hear the aircraft better than a non-pilot mechanic.
Ashton Johnson is a current SWLA student working towards an associate's degree in aviation maintenance.
I plan to go for Northrop Grumman because I want to mess with mostly the military aircraft. Growing up, I played a lot of jet games, so it was always kind of piqued my interest.
SWLA plans to break ground this coming fall with the hope of classes beginning in 2026.
Let's shift gears to sports now. Congratulations are in order for the Barb girls track and field team who won the outdoor Class 5A state championship, the Lake Charles College Prep boys who won the Class 3A state title, and the Anacoca girls who won Class B. And last but certainly not least, the Hackberry boys who won the Class C state title. Congratulations to all 4 teams who are bringing some hardware back to Southwest Louisiana. And in the baseball world, one local team brought home their 14th state championship. That's the Pitkin Warriors. The Warriors faced the Family Community Tigers for the Class B state title. The final score was 9-6. Head coach J.C. Holt shared his emotions with 7 News following the game.
Tell you what, man, it's been a stressful last couple of weeks. I'll tell you this, we've played a lot of great competition coming up here. Family Community did a heck of a job today. I mean, it was a slug match, both teams going at it. Both teams could hit. There was good pitching on both sides, but I mean, it's just a credit to them and, you know, the season that they've had, so my hats off go to them. But the boys have just bought in all year long. We had a disappointment loss last year in the semifinals, and, you know, they come back very next day. We were in the weight room, and, you know, we dubbed this the comeback tour. We wanted to make sure that when we came out here that we were going to leave nothing on the field. We're going to leave it all out on the field and let the chips fall where they may, and, you know, lean on each other all year long, and they did that. Today they showed up, and, you know, they did a heck of a job.
And to top it off, Coach Holt's son, Gavin Holt, was named Most Outstanding Player. Congratulations on a job well done. The Sam Houston Broncos were looking to win their first state title since 2001, while the top-seeded Live Oak Eagles were looking for their first title in program history. Sure enough, it was the Broncos who took home the win. Sam Houston won their second state title in program history, 4-2, beating the top-seeded Eagles 2-1. And now this win from Broncos baseball made history in more ways than one. Only one Southwest Louisiana team has brought home both the baseball and softball state championships in the same year. But after this weekend, that number has risen to 2. Earlier this month, the Lady Broncos faced the Dutchtown Griffins, and it was Sam Houston who went on to win their first state title in a decade by beating the same team in the title game that they beat back in 2015, meaning both the softball and baseball teams brought home state titles this year. A massive congratulations to both teams. You can kick off each week with good news by tuning in Mondays at 11, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, Fire Stick, or wherever you stream 7 News. And if you have any good news that you think should be put in the spotlight, feel free to send me an email at morgan.babineau@kplctv.com. Have a great week. I hope it's all good.